These are the reasons people fail and become nothing of what they wanted to be after high school. The first being is the need to keep up. I'm not gonna go too deep into this because I have a whole video about it. This is more on the financial side, but also can do with mental. People feel the need of high school to buy things like clothes, and on the more expensive side, buy a car because everyone else has it. And this carries into adulthood for a lot of people because people don't learn about how to just be grateful for what they got or just not worry about what they have, because keeping up is a never-ending run. So people go into credit card debt, they start making bad financial decisions just because, oh, I have to have an apartment at this age, I have to have a car at this age. News alert, flashback, there's not a certain age where you have to have something. It is, some things are societally expected of you in some situations where it's like, okay, you don't want to stay at your mom's house forever. But do not rush and put yourself into bad situations just because you feel like you have to have something, because you feel lesser than someone. Now, keeping up, again, watch the video before, but you have to get rid of that illusion of keeping up. There's no such thing as keeping up. A lot of things around us are fake. A lot of people are fake rich, fake wealth, and you will never fulfill the need in your heart of trying to keep up because there's always a new pedestal to reach. Only worry about being better than yourself, and if you're putting in the work and you're not cheating yourself, you don't need to feel the need to compete with others. Second is you feel the need to stop learning, stop taking risks and applying yourself, and you become more comfortable. Or you learn just enough to know how to navigate through these things. But life, even after high school, you are always a student. You always need to learn something, push yourself to new heights. This also goes with pushing yourself to be better. A lot of people after high school, they feel like they don't gotta learn certain things. They don't gotta read anymore. They don't gotta, research topics. You start to have an ego, and this was what I talked about a long time ago. There should be no ego in knowledge. Become a sponge, bro. Learn something from everyone. This is how you reach the top of something. You don't become just a CEO of something just out of nowhere. You learn from others. You learn from, if not in person, we have plenty of videos online of how you can learn from other CEOs. So learning never stops, and becoming better never stops. Don't fall into the trap of comfortability of, oh, I got a job now, I'm grown now, I don't gotta learn this, I don't gotta do this. That's why a lot of people you start to learn when you're in the adult world. A lot of adults, they're not adults, they're just kids who are older now, which is what an adult is. But if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. They're not mentally there. They still have that childlike mindset, that high school mindset. That's why they always feel the need to keep up, because they thought learning stopped at high school. And spoiler alert, high school, even you're not learning the whole time, because eventually through high school, when you realize you're not going to college or you're not doing certain things, you just stop right there. You're just like, oh, well, you just cheat to get along, and then you just pass, and then you become, you stop using your brain. And this is actually something when we talk about like the brain, cognitive functions, when you stop challenging your brain in moving, like challenging and learning new things, your memory becomes shortened. Like you start having less memory, your attention deteriorates, and the ability to imagine things, create things, that also starts to go away. Why do you think a lot of adults, like, we have all these movies about adults losing the spark, and they have to, like, the kids, or they have the imagination, creativity, because you're constantly learning something. That's why we also say, go back to that childlike state of mind. You're a child, there's no ego. You have to keep learning, you have to keep applying yourself, because you don't know nothing. You just came into this world. You start to develop ego the more you grow up. So that's why adults' creativity go away. They can't think of new ideas. They can't think of ways to escape, their job or their regular routine and circle of life. And finally, without constantly challenging yourself, you develop mental fatigue, and burnout comes quicker while you start things, and then you get burned out so fast. You can do it for a week, but you can't do it for 2 weeks. You can do it for a day, but you can't do it for 2 days. Challenge yourself, always apply, always work on building yourself. Learning does not end just in high school. And my final reason is no excuses, and everything is on you now. When we're in school, we say, I gotta wake up early, I got 8 hours on my day. And I'm speaking from experience because I had this problem too. This is why I wasn't consistent on YouTube. This is why I wasn't applying myself to different things. I got 8 hours of school, I gotta wake up early, then I only got 1 hour till I have to go to work, and I gotta work an 8-hour shift, so 16 hours of my day is not mine. I have an hour from school to work, and then boom, it's that. So you think, okay, now that I'm out of high school, oh, that time is freed up, now I can use this to maximize it. But most people do not do this. They finally have this time, and it kind of crushes them, and they fall into the comfortability because there's no longer an excuse. You have that 8 hours, or maybe not 8 hours if you still have a full day, but you definitely do have more free time. So you sleep in extra, you doom scroll for that time till you gotta go work. Well, I gotta go to work today, so ain't no point in doing nothing else. There's no excuses anymore. It's completely on you. So if you're graduated and you're falling into things, it's easy because I graduated early, and I'm not gonna say I completely crashed out because I had more of a path and I was on a different path before I even graduated high school, but I was catching myself sleeping in more, doom scrolling more. So some mornings I had to just wake up, bro, and just say, okay, no phone. I'm gonna make sure my phone is dead before the morning. Wake up and do these things. Great way to combat this is proper time management. Got a video on that as well. And a notebook is really good. I have a to-do list on a notebook, so whenever I notice I feel like I'm not getting a lot done or I'm being lazy, I just write 3 things to start off with. It could be clean my room, clean my bed, and do a video or do some of my course, learn something new, whatever. Mark those off, and that inspires me to do more. So I might do extra throughout the day. I might clean the living room as well too. You know, something just extra to do more things, so I can look within the day like, okay, I did not waste my day. I maximized it. Now this video more for people who are not going to college. You can apply these things to college, so you can apply these knowledge like anywhere, but college, you know, your days are still taken up like that. And mostly for people who just aspire to be something different. Maybe you have that job and you don't really like it, or you see yourself doing something else. I know a lot of people who, they have the job, bro, having a job, I work too. I don't got a job like now, but I still do it. I still have to work to make money. It's not no just, I can stop doing that. But I know a lot of people have the jobs because you have to do that, because no matter which way you look at it, unless you're gonna be like Diogenes and just live homeless and that's how you wanna live your life, you gotta have money to survive. But again, I know a lot of people who have the jobs and they wanna be something else. They wanna be a streamer, might be the musician, artist, whatever. Maximize it, bro. Use these times that you have now, because you are the youngest you are, you just graduated, or even if you're not graduated, take these times, bro. Start using your YouTube channels. I had the YouTube channel before I even graduated, but I wasn't as consistent as I am now because I had the free time, and I recognized I cannot let this free time feel like it's forever, because it will go by in a blink of an eye. Just like how the 4 years went by so fast, this time will go by fast, because I be hearing all those stories how people just wake up and they're 25 one day, they don't have nothing, or they didn't do anything, or they just kept doing the same thing and nothing ever changed. So take this time, bro. If you want to be that YouTuber again, start to post and start learning, start betting yourself. Like I said, start learning. Look, whole video, it's not completely scripted because I don't do scripts, but write things down, keep talking points. I look at similar content to mine's, what thumbnails work well. Look, you cannot read this because I have very bad handwriting, but this is about basically a bunch of words that I noticed and titles that make it like blow up. So a bunch of buzzwords, stuff like that. So if you're trying to be that content creator or whatever, learn, apply yourself. Don't let this time pass you. It's not like, it feels like a long time, like, oh, I'm finally free, but it will go by fast, because now there's nothing taking up your day, bro. Don't let this time pass you. Again, that time management video, but do not let this time pass you. It's gonna go by fast. Days are gonna go by so fast. My days go by so fast. That's why I gotta wake up, I gotta do my course, I gotta do the video, I gotta work out, make sure I'm eating right, and spending most of my days being like productive, but doing like the things I want to do. If you get what I'm saying, like push forward to the goals I want, because I could spend the whole day grinding, chasing money or whatever, but I would rather do this because I know this can be an outlet to push forward better things. That's it for the video. I appreciate all the love, support, especially on the AI video. I think we're almost like at 300 views now. Appreciate all the comments, y'all. Love. Peace.